What do you mean? I'm the high-ranking soldier in this shit. What do you mean? Hit the rock bottom, now I'm guaranteed. What do you mean? Buzzworthy viral drops, I'm the NFT. What do you mean? 6 figures on the daily, not enough for me. What do you mean? Keep constant looking at the real MVP. What do you mean? Salary rocking profits, call me Wall Street. What do you mean? Skill genius, go ahead and follow me. What do you mean? War ready, loaded, click, clock, fuck with me. All right, guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Unfuck Yourself. Today, we got a special guest, and you guys know that every time I'm talking about transition, military, I got to bring somebody in that not only has a story, but has attacked, has achieved stuff. And, dude, my boy here, Colt.
What's up, big dog?
Not only has he gone through some shit, accomplished some shit, but doing big things. And man, it's crazy. I don't know if you noticed, that's why I'm wearing Veterans Battalion.
Yeah, dude, the old school, man.
Dude, it's because of this guy that actually started all this in a way. I was recording, as you guys know, as therapy myself. That was like my journaling. And then I see you and Adam, you know, on this Facebook Live. And I'm like, dude, I think we could scale this up even more. And this is how kind of like it all went, man. And we had a good run with Veterans Battalion, but I'm wearing it in honor of where this all started. So with no further ado, fellow Marine here, entrepreneur, Colt Curtis, man. What's up, my boy?
What's up, big dog? How you doing, brother?
Good, man. I don't know how
man.
you're talking with those Invisaligns.
I know, man. I had the same thing. You know, I know you were talking about
I took
the other
mine
day,
off.
but
That shit's fucking bugging me. I don't know how you do it.
I started getting used to it after like a few weeks. But
How long have you been on them now?
I think it's been maybe a few months now.
Oh shit! So you already know, like,
yeah, I'm kind of comfortable. At first, I was anxious a little bit because it restricts your movement, but now I'm kind of used to it.
So what number are you on? Like,
oh man, probably like the 8th set or 9th set now. Or
and how many do you have
like
total?
That. I think I have a few more months left, maybe like 3 or 4 more months.
See, now you're making me feel bad. Now I hope my dentist doesn't see this because she's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Because you're supposed to be wearing them what, like 22 hours?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be wearing them. Well, I mean, I wear them all day, so 24 hours or whatever. I just take them off when I eat and when I chew. Hopefully, my dentist don't hear that, but still do the chewing, you know. But other than that, yeah.
What about when you drink stuff like?
Nah, drinking's fine. You drink whatever with it. You're just not really supposed to eat with them, man. You know? Yeah, dude, but I still chew like maybe like, you know, something that's soft, maybe like blueberries or something. I'll pop one in, chew it a little bit. It's no big deal. But I think actual food, you got to take them out.
So you're just like that Marine that paid attention. I'm that Marine that just fucking did the opposite because I'm like,
exactly.
Fuck, dude. Like, you know, yesterday I was supposed to start number 4, and I literally just put it on and for an hour, and I was just like, fuck that, dude. This is like. Because I don't know what your mouth structure was. For me was that after that accident in Iraq, a lot of it kind of opened up. So I started getting gaps. That was the problem. So when I put the shit in, I feel everything just fucking like, that's what I'm telling you. I get that like anxious that I just want to bite hard. And what I noticed that I'm doing is I ended up cutting myself on the top because I'm biting so hard on it.
And it's going so super high up.
Yeah, it's going super high up. It's cutting up my gum. So that's what I was talking about. Like, gives me that anxiety that like just want to like bite on it like super fucking hard. I don't know if you got that.
Yeah, I never got that, but like mine was kind of the reverse of yours. Like my teeth were coming in too tight, and they were inverting on the bottom, and it was really bothering me because when I'd go on like Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you know, and post a video, I could see it, and it made me like really like insecure.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say that, but like my bottom teeth were like super crooked, so it was my bottom that bothered me, but. The doctor was like, "Oh, we'll do your top too," and I was like, "Nah, I don't want to do the top." He's like, "No, it's a part of the whole thing." So it was kind of like a package deal, you know. So it was
that's
cool.
Good though.
Yeah.
Well, at least we didn't go through the VA to get that. That shit would have been forever.
They would have never given it to us.
They would have gone with the Amazon version of Invisalign, which, by the way, it does exist. I just
they're
found
always
out.
trying to find a way to get out of everything.
Dude,
it's like, hey, my teeth are jacked
crazy.
up because I got hit in the mouth in the war. You know, they're like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, we don't support that, you know, but we'll clean your teeth for free.
Yeah, fuck, dude, I'm telling you,
know what I
man.
mean? Yeah.
So, brother, I mean, good to have you here. I know
thanks, brother,
it's a drive from Simi Valley, but
it's an honor, bro.
Dude, what else has been going on, man? I know you got your company, Attention to Detail, which is a moving company, and you know, anything else that's been going on? We haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, just been doing moving and stuff like that, man. I'm transitioning into a new thing where I'm trying to get a restoration business started. I just bought a franchise.
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. It's called Service Master. You ever heard of that?
No.
That's like ServPro. Maybe you've heard of ServPro. It's like water restoration. They come in, you know, have a water. Yeah. So I go to a school here in April, so that's kind of cool.
Oh.
Starting that off. Yeah. So, but other than that, man, I've just been living life, dude. Just getting the whole. I got a podcast starting. You know, it's gonna be called 45 on the Hour.
I saw that.
Been looking up to you, bro. Been watching you, man. Just killing it over here. But yeah, man. You know, I had a really bad episode in 2020, man. I don't know if I told you, but my whole life I've been struggling with some past history stuff. You know, because I had a dad, and my dad, you know, kind of took a different approach in life. He was struggling with his own personal demons, and I didn't know until I was in my teenage years that he was struggling with trying to be a female, my own dad. And so because my dad wasn't there for me my whole life, he left when I was 5 to try to, you know, pursue that. I was kind of alone, like growing up as a kid, and it just it killed me my whole life, man. I lied to everyone. I used to tell people my dad was in jail.
Shit.
Because I thought it was cooler because I didn't want them to judge me, you know. And
Sure.
anyway, so when I got older, you know, I went in the Marine Corps, you know, it's trying to like, you know, I want to be a man, you know, someone teach me how to be a man because I never had one, you know. I was just a kid, you know, just running the streets, trying to cause problems, you know. And luckily I graduated high school. The Marine Corps got into that. It helped me, changed me, made me feel better. Like I had my brothers, you know, to teach me how to be a man. And then, yeah, man, I got out of that, and then I was struggling real hard, man, just trying to figure it out. I was homeless for maybe about 6 months out of the Corps, just trying to figure it out. Just couldn't get it together, man. I thought I lied, told him I was going to get into some department. You know, I had to tell him how to, remember how you got out of the military? They told you, like, hey, you have a job lined up? Yeah, I got one. Just get me out of here, you know?
Yeah.
I had nothing lined up, bro. It was a big lie. And so whole life I just lived a bunch of lies, man, up until I got out. And then, yeah, man. And I was still battling my demons, man, from that, and then post-war and homelessness. And then I had a kid, like fresh out of the military. And then the lady that I had a kid with abandoned her.
Oh, man.
And it was a fucking struggle, bro. I was just beat down after beat down, bro. And had no fucking money, bro. Lived with my mom in the garage. At her house, I lived in the garage. And then she kicked me out because I missed taking my daughter to school one day. My mom was always battling her own demons. And I was homeless again and trying to
This is all right after the Marine Corps.
Yeah, bro.
So, I mean, you know, walk me through that process. I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that about, you know, you and your father. Do you have any other siblings?
Yeah, I got a sister.
And I mean, was there any difference between how she got treated with the way you got treated, or when he punched out, it was just like, just never showed up, or did he like attend to her more than you, or?
That's a good question. My sister never, I don't think it really affected her as much. I know my dad like kind of prioritized me more. Like that's what my sister feels. But I don't think it bothered her as much because she was a female, and I think she thought she could relate. Yeah, keep in mind, we didn't find out this till I was like 15. But my dad was like, he had led another life with another woman and tried to have another family. And then after she passed away is when he went through his full transition. But that wasn't until I was older. But anyways, you know, like after all this, like 2020 led up, and I never focused on like my emotions, and like no one ever teaches you, you know, like, hey, you know, you gotta have emotions to live life. You gotta be attentive to those things, because if not, then you're gonna end up spiraling. Eventually, you're gonna have a crisis of some sort, you know. So in 2020, I started having like some crazy thoughts, man. I just couldn't figure out what was going on with me. I had so much stress, and I realized it was anxiety. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what this shit was. Damn, dude, what is going on? I can't breathe. And I was like panicking, and I just wanted to die, bro. 6 months into having anxiety, bro, I wanted to kill myself. I was in a bad place in 2020, man. Business was crashing, dude. I couldn't keep it all up. I have 3 daughters. And so I decided, you know what? Fuck this, man. I'm going to live for my kids. I was like, I don't care what's going on in my head, bro. I'm going to live for my kids. I'm going to prospect my life and just dedicate it to them. And so that's what I did. And so that helped me for a while. And as I was battling it, I was looking for help, like self-help. Like, what's going on with me? Why do I feel this way? And my cousin, she's a nurse, she kept telling me, I think it's in your head. I think it's in your head. And at the time, I had gone to the VA and I got some medication. And these fuckers gave me these stupid-ass pills, man, that were for fucking old non-vets. And they were like, here, take this. It'll help you go to sleep. Well, I was mixing the pills with vitamins I was taking. And I didn't know that there was you can't mix vitamins with, you know, over-the-counter medication. And that was making me think like crazy thoughts, bro. And I was having like suicidal thoughts, and I was trying to heal, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I quit everything. cousin's like, my cousin figured it out. She's like, hey, just stop taking all that shit. I figured out what you're doing. Just stop taking. And she's like, just work on self-help. And I was like, what's that? And so I started looking it up, and I started getting into like podcasts and listening to people. And I literally just put my microphone on or my headphones on, and I was just listening to like anyone that was talking about positive shit and like how to help yourself with anxiety. And that led me into other people that I've been looking at, you know, like Bedros and Wes Watson and Ed Milet. Ed Milet's actually the guy that really like helped me through it.
Milet's legit.
Yeah. And he's really the guy that I like really looked at as like almost like a father type figure. Like, damn, dude, that guy reminds me of like a father that I would look up to. Right. And so listening to that, I got into that. And then I started focusing on emotion. And for the last like 3 years, I've literally dedicated my life only to that. And I've done a 360 in my world, bro. I can connect better with my kids. I connect better with my own personal life. I feel purpose now. I feel like just better. I don't have the same anxiety issues I have. Yeah, man, I feel better, a lot better. Yeah.
So going back to, I mean, because I think a lot of it, the way I feel, and you know, obviously just doing discovery on myself, because I think nobody teaches us that. And, you know, whether we joined the Marine Corps because we chose to join or because it was not an option for us or whatever it was. I think that we at some point do not have to be all good in the head to join the Marine Corps. Right. I will say that. Because if you crazy, man. Yeah. If you really think about it, there probably could have been better choices. Yeah, bro. But if you're going to the Marines, it's because something wasn't clicking right up there, right? And for me, and I just came to realize this now talking to my therapist and everything, that the reason I did that was the lack of confidence I received from my dad. And it's crazy. And I'm going to share something that I caught myself on today, and I've been working on changing this. I often dream, and it's probably my subconscious mind, but I dream, I vision a lot of the stuff me failing versus me winning. But it's because that was sort of instructed in my head of not good enough, or you can't do that. For the longest, I couldn't have more than $100,000 in my bank account because my dad would always say like, oh, that's bad. Too much money, bad, bad, bad. So the minute that I hit a certain number in my head, it just clicks, like let off the pedal. Which would... So
you're self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage.
Because you already have the end result.
Exactly. So I'll be like, fuck it, you know? And I started thinking like, where did that really fucking come from? And I think I could pinpoint the day of when that happened. And it was... when I made varsity as a freshman in high school. And I remember I went home and my dad said something along the lines of that wasn't good enough or something like that. And I was so proud that I made that. But then I get home and it's like you hit this brick wall of like, fuck, then maybe I'm not good enough. That the first game I had, bro, in my head, I was already seeing the balls. I was a goalie and I was already seeing the balls pass me. Oh, shit. Like, it's crazy. And so guess what happens? The first shot, the ball's coming in the air, just like I had seen it. And I put my hands up and I just froze. And that ball goes past me. And everybody started calling me cheap goalie, cheap goalie, cheap goalie. Shit. And it fucked me up, bro. I became scared to get on the field because I already knew that I was going to get scored on. Instead of being the opposite, like, fuck no, I'm going to dominate, nothing going through me, blah, blah, and so forth. And I realized, fuck, for the longest, that's really what fucked me up. So the reason I joined the Marine Corps was because I needed to feel like a fucking man. I wanted to have confidence. Like, I wanted to fucking, you know, fuck, can somebody else tell me that this is not the way life should be? Like, I would approach a girl and then I would be scared, where before I wasn't. You know, I would talk to a girl in my head. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to lock it down. I got it. Now it became like, I got to second guess it. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And going back to last night, I had a dream and it was coming down to the timer, bro. The timer's coming down. And mind you, I'm a very athletic person. I play sports and I do shit in basketball. People be like, what the fuck? You can't do that. And I'm sitting there and there's this gentleman. I can't see him. It's just a gentleman, a tall gentleman. And I get the ball and I try to cross it over, but I fuck up. And I'm like, wait a minute, I never done that. And I'm like stumbling now. And then I get on the side and I take the shot and I miss tremendously. And something just like sat out on me and said, yes, that's because you always suck. And I woke up, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
What the heck?
I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, go back to that fucking dream. Like, hell no, I'm gonna fucking make it. Like, I started telling my head, like, what the bullshit?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Like, but that's crazy, bro, because a lot of it roots from a lot of shit we went through growing up. Like, we don't realize the trauma that we went through, how it affects us, even at our age. Because I feel that now I'm starting to get some clarity on that. And how do I fix it? Okay, I got to do this. I got to do this steps. Affirmations, dude, it's just fucking all in your head, like you said.
And like at 40, bro. Like, right? I'm like, dude, I've been thinking like, dang, I'm figuring this out at 40. Mm-hmm. Like, what the heck? I just, I've been 40 since May, but bro, like, it's literally just been a few years of this crap, and it's like literally changed my life. Literally. And I'm only saying that because there's a lot of vets out there, and there's people, first responders, people that have been through trauma and they've had a bad childhood. And you come through this whole life and you get to a certain point where you're like, okay, I'm going to make these changes. My whole changes were developed on, like, I was always trying to prove that I was a man. Like, and I was trying to prove it through the Marine Corps. I was in some motorcycle clubs, some bigger ones. And I was always trying to just figure out where my place was and to prove to myself that, hey, I'm not like my dad. Okay, my dad's done these things, and there's nothing wrong with what my dad did. Okay, the point that I always had was just why weren't you there for me as a parent? You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't that he never like.
It wasn't that my dad became a chick.
But what I'm saying is, it wasn't that he kind of like stirred you to kind of have his thoughts or anything. It's just more that you wanted more of that male presence, right? Is that what it was?
No, I just wanted a parent.
So he wasn't at all like.
My dad got us every other weekend, but when we were there, it was like I almost felt like we were a burden. Like we had one room, but it wasn't ours. There was like a den. Like we had to sleep on the couch until my dad got a different setup. But even then, like it was like we were always like a burden to like his new wife. Like we were like the redheaded stepchildren, Like even though we were good kids, me and my sister. So when we came, we'd always like sleep on the couch or whatever. Even though they had a spare room, it's just be like, oh well, you don't live here full time, so you don't get a room. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So it was kind of. And I grew up Italian, my mom's Italian. So it was like, Italian was like, your family, what's mine is yours, It's the same in the Hispanic heritage,
Yeah.
And so that's how I was raised. So I never understood that with my dad's side and the way that he did things. But my dad was always trying to please his new wife, and he was trying to be accepted. And so I get it, and I don't hate on my dad. Me and my dad made up, a few years ago. I posted a picture on my Instagram, and we connected there. And, I just kind of forgave my dad publicly. And I put it out there for the first time that my dad was a chick. And I posted a picture of my dad and me. And, my dad has, breasts and
oh shit, so he went through the
fully
whole...
transitioned. Yeah, did the whole thing.
Now, where do you think that came from on his side, though? Was that something that just he grew up with? Was there trauma there?
Dude, I don't know. I think like when he
never
was
had
young,
that conversation.
When he was younger, there was some like talks about it. Like he was like dressing up as a chick every now and then for Halloween and stuff. But I guess it's something that my dad's fought his whole life. My dad got to the point where he just didn't want to live anymore.
Because he remarried. And
yeah, he remarried to try to like fight that battle.
Oh, so it wasn't.
No.
It's crazy, man. I got a friend in the West Hollywood office, dude. This guy was married for 40 years, 5 kids.
Wow.
And then just out of nowhere, it came out that he wasn't.
That he was gay or
yeah,
transition?
He was gay. He's straight out. And I'm like, how did you do it? And he says, part of it was I felt comfortable and I felt bad for my wife. Like, she's a great woman. I loved her. And so I fought it to try to change it. And I'm like, but fuck, dude, 40 years and 5 kids? That's like, how do you now go up to those kids and be like, oh yeah, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I love my dad, man. And me and my dad are cool now. We have a different type of relationship. My dad understands, me doing this and me being public about it for my own health is better for me.
I applaud you, man.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. I was always, that's why I got the tattoo. Like everything that I've developed in my life has always been to like prove to myself that I am a man, and I am a man. I know that.
Yeah.
I think I was just always trying to prove to my dad that I was the man he never.
You were trying to compensate for what you felt that could be something you could be attacked for down the line, and you needed to prove that. Fuck no, I'm the baddest of the baddest, and
I did all the baddest shit.
It's crazy,
and it didn't do anything for me. Bro.
Yeah, I think I could relate. Although in my position was me trying to seek that approval or confidence through other men just to for me to feel like I'm not a failure. I did a lot of stupid shit, and now that I've been sober for, dude, almost 3 years now,
Congratulations.
I'm like, dude, it's even the drinking. I started drinking to prove myself. Like it's the craziest.
For what? What do you mean?
Dude, I was in a car. Fourth Recon Marine was with me. He's the one that actually kind of guided me when I was trying to go to Fort Force. And I would see that they would drink, and these tough guys, recon, you see it as, oh, wow, fucking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, then that's what I got to do to fucking get that, and drinking, driving. I remember we were in LA and they would each drink a bottle of Bacardi. And so I was like, well, then that's what I got to do. So that's really when I started drinking heavily. And every night we'd go out, it'd be a bottle. And then if they fought somebody, I had to fight because I thought, well, that's what makes you a man,
Yeah, right,
you
right,
fucking go out there and you fight like recon and fuck yeah, this and that, right?
Man shit.
So I'm telling you, it's all stupid shit that I look back now and I'm like, fuck, bro. It's, at the same time, it's easy for us to say it now and say life is precious, make better decisions, so on and so forth. But it's hard to understand it at that moment when you're going through shit. And that's the tough part. Like, I got a 15-year-old, John.
Yeah.
My son.
Big John, yeah.
He recently ran away.
Oh, shit.
And I mean, it's terrifying, dude. I mean, where's he going to go? McDonald's? But I'm thinking about it. I'm like, dude, I did a lot more stupider shit at 15. So I understand it. And a lot of the things he's going through is because of me. Not because I was the same as my dad, but I was trying to compensate in different ways and still somewhat did the same shit my dad did. It's funny. Yesterday, I'm going through all these pictures I'm doing an album on my phone of like my jiu-jitsu journey. And I'm running through all these pictures of John when he did jiu-jitsu. And in each one of them, he's not smiling. And I can remember why on each one. And I'm thinking I'm like, dude, I was a fucking asshole. The first one, because he didn't tie his belt right. I remember I got mad at him. Like, what the fuck? You should be able to tie your belt already. But I was drunk. I had gotten home from work. I drank. I dropped him off. I had Bacardi and Coke on the Coke bottle when I took him to jiu-jitsu.
God damn.
And I'm sitting there, dude. I almost cried, bro, because I'm thinking like, what a fucking asshole, dude. Like, you broke that kid, and he might have been happy. He might have enjoyed that. And because of you, he's not doing it no more. His first competition, I kind of forced him to do it. I said, you need to fucking go out there. And he's like, well, you think I should? I don't know that. No, you're going to fucking go do it. He got his ass fucking kicked. That destroyed him. He never wanted to do it after that. So again, see, I was doing the opposite of what my dad did. My dad was telling me, get a guy. He wouldn't show up. For me, I was like, no, you could do it. Fucking be there. Good enough. Let's fucking go. Blah, 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 blah. But I pushed him over the edge.
Right.
Which was the fucked up part.
Right.
And then now I'm paying for the consequences of all that, because now he takes it as like me hurting him. He takes it as like I fucked him up. He takes it like, damn, like, dude, that hurt. And you weren't there. You weren't supportive. Instead, you fucking were mad, fucking aggressive, and this and that. And now that I'm sober and I could clearly think, I sit back and I'm like, damn, fuck, he's right.
Dude, that's some heavy shit.
Crazy, right?
That's crazy, bro. I can relate big time. And I think that I think that as parents, bro, we need to heal ourselves so that we can let our kids grow up normal. And we don't have to allow them to heal themselves in the future. So like, I kind of, there was a saying, I can't remember where I heard it from. It might have been from maybe like Wes Watson or something. But the saying was, heal yourself so that your kids don't have to heal themselves. And then you start you start the history over again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever that verse is.
You got to break the cycle.
You got to break the cycle. Yeah. So I chose at that time that I was going to be the one to break the cycle. I'm going to give up myself and my pain to break the cycle today. Yeah. And so I just decided that.
Well, the good thing is that we become conscious of it. Like, I feel that, it sucks to say that we're doing it now at our age.
I know.
We wish, but dude, nobody gives you a
better
fucking
now than
manual.
Never, right?
Nobody gives you a manual on how to be the right parent.
No one, bro.
Nobody gives you the manual on how to be the right fucking husband. If I told you how many times I almost fucking cut it quits and was like, I said I'm out. Like, and just recently, bro, right when my dad started getting sick and all that, my wife packed her shit with the kids and left the LA house. They fucking left. I got home and everybody was gone. And, two things came in my head. One was like, well, fuck, I fucking live it up now. I guess I'm free, right? And then the other ones are like, really, bro? Like, you're fucking up. And again, it was all due to the drinking. But again, nobody, but see, it's hard to explain because the drinking was a way to fucking numb everything. If that makes sense.
I can understand that.
It was, for me, it was like I drank, I felt confidence. Roland is really the one that gave me the wake-up call when he said, you are the most functional drunk I know. And
damn,
that's not a fucking compliment, bro. I took that like, what the fuck's my problem? And it goes back to the same thing. I needed the alcohol to feel empowered, to feel good. Dude, I did some insane deals, major presentations, drunk. And I mean drunk, Colt. Like, I was fucking drunk and I would sit there and fucking close you. But I needed the alcohol to do that in my head. Now I realize, fuck no, it wasn't the alcohol. I had it in me the whole time. It's just, that was the bullshit excuse I gave myself that, oh, I need a fucking drink to feel this way. Like, literally, bro, the first sip, just something would come on me like, fuck yeah, I'm a fucking badass motherfucker. Let's go. I did a presentation. It was for an event that I did. It was a bunch of developers there, all this stuff. And I said I wasn't going to drink that day. It was in Orange County. It was actually before 2020. And I said, fuck it, I'll have a drink. Before my presentation, dude, I was down 6 drinks.
God
Bacardi
damn.
and Coke.
Holy shit.
I went there, fucking crushed it, and still managed to get a dude to fucking lock in a deal with me. I got like a 7% skin on the game on it for Eagle Rock, a duplex to develop it, all that. And where shit went downhill was after the day, because I'm still drinking this whole time. And everybody's like, whoa, like I'm thinking that as a compliment, right? Oh my God, you can hang. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. and then I get crazy and I'm inviting people everywhere. And we go to the cigar spot in Newport. And now I'm like, people are not talking to me anymore. And the reason they're not is because now you're to the point where you're just saying stupid shit. And smart people know that. So they just steer away.
You're right. You start pushing.
And it went from being on this big high, everybody's, yeah, fuck yeah, blah, blah, you're badass, blah, 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 to then I'm by myself.
God damn.
Everybody left me.
How'd that feel?
Dude, it felt like shit. And I'm sitting there. And then this is the what do you call it? The trend, or not the trend, but the timeline of a drunk or an alcoholic. It's like initially it starts with that high motivation, blah, 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 and then comes reality.
Right.
And then I'm like, fuck. And I'm over there by myself. And then now come the thoughts, you're a fucking loser. What the fuck are you doing? Like, you just made a fool out of yourself. Like, you had a great opportunity there. You fucked that up. That's why you're by yourself now. You don't deserve your family. You don't deserve life. You don't deserve the second chance you got after your fucking accident that you died in Iraq. Like, but all this shit, bro. And all this shit just fucking starts piling up. Then comes the thoughts like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't be here. Fucking, maybe I should fucking just die. Maybe I should just fucking. Do you see how this cycle?
All the negative thoughts.
All the negative thoughts, bro. Then now you're fucking calling people. You know, I would always call my sister Grace. She's the only one that I think I'm close to. Or my mom, just because I resent my mom for a lot of things. And I would call and just listen to the voice and then just start crying, bro. And then hang up.
God damn.
And then disappear. And then everybody's calling everybody. What the fuck? You know, JP just called and then didn't say nothing. What the fuck? Is he alive or what? And blah, blah, blah. And then wouldn't talk to nobody again until like 3-4 months.
Jesus. That's, the family struggles are real.
Yeah.
And I think everything that we have stems from them. You know, and like, and I always say this, you know, like when we go in the military, they teach us to turn off our emotions, right? Because that's how we're going to be protected. But they never give us the keys to turn them back on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They give you the keys to turn them off, but never to turn them back on. And I that someone said that statement to me, and that like really like changed my whole outlook on things. And it changed it on everything, because you got all these things, you know, where people are talking about, oh, you can do these things for vets, and you could do all this other stuff to help vets, and you can get counseling and all these other things. And reality, like, yeah, they all kind of, you know, band-aid the problem, you know, and for some people counseling helps, you know, and group therapy, and some dudes smoke weed, you know, some dudes just, you know, do podcasts, whatever, you know, like whatever you can do. But I think the real help is like in your emotions and like really understanding, like, what am I thinking?
Yeah.
Am I focusing on my thinking? Like, what am I thinking right now? Right? Am I controlling my thoughts, or am I just letting them run rampant? And I'm telling you, bro, for years, I never thought about that. No one ever taught me my thoughts. Like, how are you thinking? You know, like how you think is like how you're actually perceiving yourself. So if you're constantly thinking negative, your whole world's going to be negative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got to control your thoughts. You know, you can't just let them run rampant. You can't just let your thoughts tell you what to do. You have to be like, no, I'm not thinking that because I'm a good person. And I'm a good person because I'm doing these actions to show that I'm a good person, right? So then you're properly aligned. And as long as your alignment's correct in life, then you should be going in the direction that you need to find purpose, right? And so, and a lot of vets, I talk to vets from time to time, and usually it's in the worst spaces of their life, you know, where they're talking like, man, I'm just a fucking worthless piece of shit. I'm fat as fuck. I can't fucking do anything. And I'm like, cool. Well, then get down and do fucking burpees. Fucking pay for it today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I always say it's not about you anymore. It's about them. Now that you feel that way, it's about them. And so that's kind of how I live my life. It's just every day I get up and I'm like, fuck, I need to do my burpees. I need to go run. I need to do some exercising. I need to go back to jujitsu because I have to stack those wins for the day, right? It's all about stacking the wins because it's all about them. Whatever I'm doing is for them. It's not for me anymore. It's for them. Like I did with my kids. That's why I was going back to that. That's when I realized, okay, well, I don't want to live for myself anymore. Cool. Well, you can live for your kids because once you're a parent, suicide's off the table. Yeah. You're not allowed to do that anymore. Yeah. It's unacceptable. You can't do that. So then I'm going to live for them. And now that I've lived for my kids and now that I've grown, now I'm living for everybody else. And I'm not saying I ever want to do that to myself because I would never do that. I just feel that life is all about purpose. And then once you find your purpose, right, your gift, like JP's gift is getting people together, well, then now you need to give that away for free. That's your gift to the world. And that's your purpose in life. I like that. And then once you figure that out and you have that, and you could teach others to do the same, then you end up healing everybody else. Because everybody needs to heal everybody. Life's a mirror, not a window, right? So whatever I see is the same thing that everyone else is seeing, you know? And everyone's always worried about, oh, what's everyone going to think, you know? That's and honestly, I suck, dude. I suck on Instagram, bro. I do it because I need to do it. Because I need to give away that gratefulness, that good word, whatever it is that I'm hearing that I think other people could, you know, benefit from whatever books I read or whatever. And honestly, I don't think my presentation's that great, but honestly, I don't really care. Yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm doing it for everybody else. Correct. And if there's value in it, then they'll get it. And if not, and there's two people that see it, I could care less. Because I know that like most people in life are really focusing on themselves, not everybody else around them. You know, and a lot of people think, oh, well, what's everyone else going to think? Well, no one really cares. Most people are just worried about themselves. Yeah. So yeah, that's just what I kind of just figured out over the last few years. And focusing on the emotions is, I think, the most important thing that veterans and first responders and people that have all this trauma, because most of us are like fucked up, bro. We come from like childhood dramas and problems and broken homes. And, you know, some people are molested and raped and they come from, you know, poor families and abuse and all these things, you know, but it's not the end of the world. Like your problems are somebody else's hope, you know, like what you've had to experience is you can relate to somebody else on another level just by them knowing what you've been through. Correct. And some people look at me and they're like, damn, dude, this fool's pretty successful. He's done it all. You know, he owns a home, you know, he's got a few companies, you know, he's doing pretty well in life. He's got 3 daughters from 3 different mothers, mind you. And it could be chaotic, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. Bro, and I'm a single dad, you know? So it's all about organization. It's all about making sure your relationships are kosher, making sure you understand what people want, making sure it's fair and reasonable, and making sure that you're moving towards action every day. You know, waiting is the only thing that creates fear. If you sit there and you fucking wait on your ass for something to happen, you're going to get anxious. What the fuck's happening? What am I waiting for? You know, I can't do this because I'm afraid. The Marine Corps is the first person that always taught us that, like, hey, man, you got to take action on things. Correct. When there's a fucking problem, you got to take action. And if you think there's a problem, you better be taking action every day to prevent that problem. You know, so. When you mentioned 3 daughters, 3 different wives, do you ever think that any of that had to do something with your traumas or anything that you did? Or was it just... Yeah, I could relate, bro. A lot of it was just, I found someone that accepted me. Cool, I signed the paper. And I wasn't married 3 times. I was married twice. The first daughter I had, I was fresh out of the Marine Corps. And I had met somebody. I was just staying with her, transitioning from living at my grandma's house. And she took me in and we were just kind of together, and she got pregnant. Called me 9 months later, was like, hey, I'm having a kid, it's yours. And
oh shit.
I swear, like literally almost 9 months. It was like 8 months, 3 weeks. I don't know. It was just barely before a week before she had her. And I was like, you're lying. You know, like those rap like, what? Hey, my baby, you're crazy. I don't know you. You know, who are you? You know? And I was young. I was 23 at the time, 22, something like that. My daughter's going to be 18 this December.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, wait, nah, it ain't me, bro, you know? And then she had her. And then I got the test, the DNA test, found out she was mine, bro. And then, yeah, she was mine. And then a few months later, she shacked up with some dude and bailed to Colorado. Left me with the baby.
What?
Bro, a baby I didn't even ask for. Like, I didn't have a plan. I didn't get asked, but then God granted me this, Yeah. And I believe in God, and I believe that he was trying to save me. And he was like, bro, you're a fucking maniac. And I know that if I don't fucking slow you down, you're going to go kill yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to end up killing yourself or destroying your life. So I'm going to give you this child, and you're going to strap down and settle down right away. And I'm going to fix you. And this is my gift to you. I feel like everything that people look at as a bad thing, I try to look at it as a gift.
Yeah, it's always, everything happens for you, not against you.
Yeah, everything happens for you, not to you. Exactly. Yeah. And that saying right there, bro, I tell to people in like the deepest struggles. I had a homie of mine that lives up in Montana, and the dude, he's got extreme bipolar disorder, former Marine. He's like my dog, dude. And he was drinking like crazy. And he was calling me one night, and he was just at the end of it, bro. And he was like, dude, I'm about to just do this thing. You know what I'm saying? He's going to walk the dance, and whatever. I was like, dog, you can do whatever you want, bro. But check this out, bro. Things happen for you, not to you. Everything that you've had in your life happen has happened for a reason, bro. Your wife leaving you to go to South Carolina, why? Because you're fucking drunk. Because you drink all fucking day long, and you want everyone to fucking feel victim for you. You want to be a victim. That's what you want. You want to be secluded. That's why you stayed in Montana. You know what you need to do, bro? You need to go be with your kids, bro. Because that's the only thing that matters for you right now. And you're just sitting here in Montana, you're doing nothing for yourself, and they're going to grow up without a father. Just like you did. You know what I'm saying? And you told me your dad committed suicide. So what, you want to follow his path, and you want your son now that you named after a fucking dude that won the Medal of Honor? You know what I'm saying? He named him after Jason Dunham.
Shit.
You know that dude? Yeah. Corporal Jason Dunham. And so long story short, I was like, you're going to fucking do this to yourself. And then all of a sudden you're going to fucking allow your son to fucking continue the cycle.
Yeah.
And then now your son's going to feel that pain. And you say you fucking love your family. And I was telling him this on the phone. I was like, and you say you fucking love your family? You don't love shit. Because if you loved your fucking family, you'd fucking drop everything right now and you'd go out there. Yeah. You say you love your family, but you're not fucking working out so you can be the best fucking man you can for your son. I was like, you say you fucking love your family, but you can't fucking get out there and just go be with your family, and you have all these excuses. You say you love your family, but you're drunk. You can't take care of your health. Like, what kind of fucking role model are you, bro?
Damn, Colt, where were you when I fucking tried to off myself?
Fuck.
I had nobody call me.
Fuck, man.
But you're absolutely right, bro. It's like, I think of back to that day, right? Like, I put a gun in my head and went through that, and
goddamn, sorry.
I'm sitting there thinking like, bro, everything that led to that moment was because of me. None of it was because God said, hey, you be fucked up, or life just said, hey, sorry, you're the one that just was born with no luck. Like, bullshit. I was drinking like crazy. I had made money, spent it all on stupid shit. All the right choices, all the wrong people, all the wrong environment. Well, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? And then my wife at the time, girlfriend, was pregnant. We have a kid. Now I'm homeless. All that shit happened because of your decisions. It wasn't because God just said, hey, well, fucking JP, you're going to be fucked up for this whole year. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the hardest pill to swallow for a lot of us, because our ego, our pride, we don't want to accept that. So then we go straight to the victim mentality. Oh, fuck no, it's just fuck, dude. It's bullshit. Like, this is going on to me, blah, blah, blah. I recently had a guy, and by the way, it's one of the worst calls to get when somebody calls you and they're in that position. And I had 2 of those calls, bro. And I'm just like, and this guy I served with, and he was at MVP. That day is when I sent him to be MVP. I was helping him out, but this is one of those situations where the guy was just trying to force something to work when it wasn't going to work. His wife didn't love him, dude. His wife clearly just wanted to be him for benefits. And I told him, I said, bro, like, they were looking for a house, and I'm taking them there, and I'm like, bro, it's just something not right here. I don't think you should. And he's forcing it. Like, he's like, no, I'm going to make it work. I'm like, I don't think this is the path you want to go. Get her pregnant. They have a kid. And I'm still like, yo, bro, like, I don't think she's there for the right reasons. I'm telling you, bro, you're my boy. I'm trying to tell you this. Well, long story short, he goes to work, shows up, and she's in the house with another dude in a room while the kid is in the living room. And yet he goes in and she tells him to go outside so she could finish.
Damn.
Can you believe that shit?
After he caught her?
Yeah, after he caught her. So then he calls me like broken down, like, that's it, bro. I'm going to start drinking again. He had been sober for some time. He goes, I'm going to off myself. I can't do this no more. Like, I'm at the lowest. I'm like, stop. I want you to drive to LA. Meet me at MVP. And he drove there, bro, and he let everything out. Like, fucking just cried out how she, like, abused him. Like, literally just took advantage of him, everything. And luckily we helped him out, and then they're getting divorced. And I said, okay, now I'm going to help you get back up. In a year, you're going to get that fucking house. And it's not for her. It's for you and your daughter, because she deserves it. Now she deserves it. You got to stop all this shit. Now it's for her. And sure enough, dude, in a year, he bought in Colton.
Oh, good.
Where the fuck over there. Fucking happiest dude ever. Daughter showed up, fucking excited. And again, it's sometimes we put ourselves in those positions. Because we warned them. You know, but like they say, sometimes love can be blind or whatever it is, man. It's, you know, the consequences are going to come based on our actions and our choices. And, but then you got to just suck it up and you got to fucking do what's right at that point.
Correct.
And that's what he did. And look at him now. But it's one of the toughest calls, but you hit it right on the nail when you say that things happen because there's a reason why it's happening.
Correct.
I don't think that, or when people say, or Colt was born more luckier than I am, bullshit. Regardless of status, whether you had money or not, I think all of us are in an equal part when we're born. Because even the people that are born into money, you think they don't have problems? As kids? Fuck yeah, dude. I have clients that super wealthy and their kids are on cocaine, overdosing, all this shit. Why? Because something went wrong. So everybody starts in that same path. I think that what happens once we start moving, there's so many exits of distractions that if we don't have the right guidance, the right environment, the right parenting, that's where you fucking start fucking up. And then those are when the choices end up being the wrong ones. And to come back into the right highway is the tough part because nobody wants to go back to that pain.
Correct.
So they find the easy way.
Oh, totally.
What's the shortcut? Or the drinking, just put a Band-Aid over it.
I think the goal is like, you know, like for him and like everybody else is like, once you've received pain, the goal is to make sure that others see the pain through your eyes so they can feel it, but not witness it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the goal. So if anyone, you know, is out there and they, you know, they've received so much pain, they're just like, oh, I have trouble healing. I can't. It's like, you gotta allow other people to heal through you. I think that's what heals us. That's what helped me. That's what heals me, bro. And now I'm not afraid. I don't have a confidence issue anymore. I've never really had a confidence issue, you know? And I think like the same with you. And like, I could feel it through certain men. Like I've never really had a confidence issue. What I've always had was a being honest issue. You know what I'm saying? Like confidence is a little bit different. Like I'm sure of myself. I'm sure I can accomplish the task. I can get that done. I can be here at a certain time. But what I can't do is I had trouble being honest about what it is I was struggling with. And those things kept me from being the man that I am today. You know, like, and I'm developing, I'm still growing, and I'll always be growing, you know, growing and just being a better person. I feel more clear now. I feel more like blissful, like more peaceful, at ease. I sleep better at night, bro.
Yeah.
Like my everything, my sex life's better. My energy levels are better. My love is better. My relationship with my kids is better. And I have 3 daughters, bro. Yeah. They got fucking emotions, bro. They're all over the place, dog.
3, bro.
And honestly, no one ever taught me how to raise kids, bro.
Yeah.
My mom's discipline was like military, you know, the way she raised me. But I can't be like that towards my daughters. I tried, bro, and it pushed me away from them. And it pushed them away from me. So now I just listen more, bro. And I just know that like being a parent is just about being fucking there, bro.
Yeah.
It's just about being there every day. You're doing something, I'm there. Even though you don't want me there. My daughter doesn't want me to be at her track. I just sneak in. I'm there. I'm like taking pictures. She hates me.
That's an 18-year-old?
Yeah.
I know they get
but I know that they love it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's where they're like, don't show up. Don't, you know, like
you just got to be there, bro. Yeah. Like, you know, the definition of a parent is literally just someone that's just there for you, you know, and like, hey, what's your life take on this, you know, and then you wait for them to come to you, bro. because they will come to you. You see it already with John and your daughter, and now you have twins, you know, and they're eventually they start coming to you. And then when they come to you, that's when you got them. That's when you know, okay, this is my time to shine. They're finally asking me a question.
Yeah.
And they're ready to listen. And then you give it to them. And then that's how you change them. And that's how you mold them. And that's how you make them a mimic of what you are today. You know, the person that you've built up to today at your age or whatever, you know?
100%.
And I think that's where you get your kudos.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it's that. It's kind of being more open, and then jujitsu, bro. I think jujitsu really.
Dog, jujitsu, bro. We got to roll one day, dog.
Bro, jujitsu is, dude. That was and then shout out to Alter, man, Alexis and Goo, because they're really the ones that brought that fire back up.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's where I started. John, I sent John back there, dude, and they were like great mentors to John. They would talk to John a lot. This is when John was going through some crazy stuff with being bullied in school. And I mean, dude, those guys, bro, I love them to death. And they're black belts from the Mendes brothers. And
okay.
Yeah, and then I know they were like, man, don't leave us. But dude, the drive from here to LA would have been insane. So, but dude, that started. And now that I'm at AOJ with the Mendes brothers, bro, it's been, and it's the only way where I really felt that confidence come back, bro, because, dude, I'm like dominating people, and I'm like, okay, like, it's always been there. It's just, again, like that trauma that, you know, stopped you for so long that you stop believing in yourself. And it took a couple losses, bro. Like, I got my ass kicked a few times in a couple tournaments. Dude, this is a funny story, and it's crazy because I accidentally signed up for adults when I'm masters, and this was for, I think it was the LA Open. This was back in like 2019 or 2018? 2018 or 2017. So I signed up for adult, and I'm going against this 25-year-old black guy that was like 6'5", 300 and something pounds muscle. Dude, this guy looked like Iron Man, literally, bro, just huge. And it's funny because when he walked by, and my wife is in the back, the kids, and I told my wife, I'm like, damn, whoever goes against that guy, he's fucked, right? And I'm looking at all the other small dudes. I'm like, probably gonna get one of these guys, right? And finally, they're like, Juwan. And I'm like, Juwan? Who the fuck is Juwan? I'm looking around, I'm like, fucking Juwan's getting his ass fucked up. Because this guy was next, so they had him there. And this dude, I'll tell you, this guy's probably like the size of this fucking lamp, bro. Like, he was huge. And they're like, Juwan, second call. And I'm like, Juwan. And my wife's all like, maybe they're saying your name, Juan. And I'm like, nah, like, there's no fucking way. And I go, can I see the list? And sure enough, it was me, bro. And I'm like,
yeah,
fuck, bro. So when they put us in the middle and this guy puts his hands up, dude, his hand covered like all of this.
Damn, bro.
It was insane, dude. So we start going at it, and I'm just like, dude, I just gotta survive this. But the whole time he's like grabbing my gi, and he's like trying to just toss me. I'm a white belt then, dude. So white belts are like, we're just trying to toss each other right at that ultra heavyweight. So he's like trying to toss me, and every time he like throws me this way, you just see my legs in the air. And I could just hear my daughter in the background, you got this, Dad, you can do it. So I'm like, dude, I cannot let this guy fuck me up, bro. But we went the home round. Of course, he beat me by points because by then, bro, it was just fucking insane, dude. He got me like neon belly, bro. And I remember he grabbed my collar and my pants, and it was just like driving that knee in, and I could feel everything cracking. And I was literally about to tap. And then my daughter says it again, Dad, you got this, you're winning. And I guess he probably felt bad because he like looked and he kind of smirked. So he let off and then transitioned to something else. And I was like, thanks, bro. He goes, no problem. And I was like,
you're like, thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but jiu-jitsu's been fun, bro. Honestly.
It's humbling, isn't it?
Dude, it's humbling. It's amazing. It's peaceful.
I think that's what we need as men, bro, is to be humbled. Yeah. And honestly, bro, like I was so I got into jiu-jitsu, bro, because I had a pill problem, bro. Because like I had like major back issues, dog, when I got out of the Marine Corps, and my shit was all fucked up, bro. And I couldn't get help from the VA. And they're like, here's pills, you know, here's Norco. Of course. I'm fucking taking like 3 to 5 a day, and then I was taking like 6, and then I was getting them like from the homies, and like I was just a fucking pit, bro. I was turning green,
dude,
bro.
like big shit now.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, damn.
Like I was just bad, dude. And then so I wanted to quit, but I couldn't, bro. I was fucking addicted, bro. And it's like that's why I understand addiction also. I remember this one time, dog, I just walked into this jiu-jitsu place and had like the Jean-Jacques name on it. And I knew Jean-Jacques, and it was like an affiliate school. I just walked in there and I was like, hey, I want to roll. And they're like, oh, do you have experience? I was like, no, I was in the wrestling, back in high school. But
Oh, you wrestled too?
yeah, I wrestled in high
shit.
school, for 2 years.
Damn.
And I just related to, whatever. I wanted to do jiu-jitsu. Long story short, I went in there, rolled up against this guy that actually beat the fuck out of Chuck Liddell his first fight. This guy named Rick Preddy. You know Rick Preddy? He's a real estate
Sounds
agent.
familiar.
Big guy, bro. He's 6'5". He's my homie. Dude, he's like the legend, bro. But he fought Chuck Liddell, one of his first fights, and beat Chuck Liddell.
He's a real estate agent?
Yeah, bro.
Fuck.
He's a maniac, bro.
You're going to
He's
fucking
savage.
make an offer on this house,
He's a black belt now, but yeah, you better. And he's like the most humbling dude ever, just this giant dude.
That's
And
funny.
anyways, he's a black belt now, but he was the first dude I rolled with. And at the time, I think he was like a purple belt. This was like 6 years ago, and he just destroyed me, man. And honestly, like I thought I was a tough dude at the time. I got out of the Corps. I was like, I was fresh out of the Marine Corps, bro. I'd done some motorcycle stuff. I felt a little confident. Like I was kind of like tough guy, And he just humbled me in 2 seconds, bro. And then I couldn't breathe. I remember I couldn't breathe, bro. And then literally that day, bro, I quit cold turkey. I quit taking medication. It was over the counter. It was legal, but it wasn't because I was abusing it. But at the same time, like I couldn't live my life the way my back was. And I did it for as long as I could until I had to have my surgery. So I had my back surgery, and I've been $1 million ever since then, bro. So, but I always say jiu-jitsu saved my fucking life, bro.
You got to get back on it then. You were a blue belt, right?
Yeah, I have a hernia in my stomach right now. I think I'm a blue belt. Yeah, forever blue belt. I tap out purple belts.
Yeah.
No problem. I not all of them, but I think I'm like getting there.
I think I was a white belt for so long. I think I probably broke the record for the longest white belt because I started in 06.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
bro.
so
That's a minute, dude.
Dude, so I started 06 with Brazilian top team, but it was mostly no gi.
Oh, okay.
And at that time I wanted to fight MMA. So I was doing no gi MMA. So I was fighting. And then I deployed. Well, we didn't truly deploy to sea, but it was like active because we were active reserves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was kind of like we got sent out. So you go when the reservists come in, and you do that 2-month deployment or shit like that. So it was kind of like on and off. So I was like, fuck. And then 2008 happened. So then I had no choice. Then I started doing it again in 2010 with the same Brazilian top team as a white belt. And he's like, bro, like, fuck, are you ever going to stick it? I'm like, I'm still in the military. But by then, when I got out, I did it for about 8 months. And then we had to move because we had another kid. And then when we moved there was no schools. And then it wasn't until 2014 again that I did it again with Hollywood Jiu-Jitsu.
Right.
And then from there, I went to Monterrey, and then from there here. So it's funny because when I was at Monterrey, the guys that came from Mendes Brothers, Gu and Alexis, and I started competing again, I would go to tournaments, and a lot of the guys that I started with in 06, they're all black belts now. And they're all looking at me like, bro, what the fuck? You like sandbagging everybody? like, come
on, bro, you're being black belt now.
I know, because I'm still a white belt. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. So it's crazy, the evolving that. But then it started getting in my head. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Dude, I was literally about to quit. And I remember I called one of my professors. He was a black belt from Hollywood BJJ. Really cool dude, man. This guy fucking down to earth. Herbert, dude, really. And I called him and I said, bro, I'm getting frustrated with jiu-jitsu. And he goes, why? I'm like, bro, I'm winning all these fights. I'm winning tournaments now. And I'm still fucking white belt. Like, I wouldn't even take the stripes out of my white belt. That's how embarrassed I was, bro. And he goes, bro, you got to stop. Jiu-jitsu is not about the belt. And you're with the right people. So something maybe is not there yet, and you got to trust that. It's not just about because you're tapping people out, or I was tapping blue belts, purple belts. I'm going to tap the brown belt, bro. And he's like, it's not about that. He goes, there's something else that's missing that you're not seeing. And when the time comes, you'll know it. That's the right way to do it. Or then just fucking check out of there and go to these other fucking academies where all you got to do is check in and you get a fucking belt. And it's true.
It is.
That is fucking true.
I fucking hate that shit.
Bro, there's a guy, a Marine. I'm going to put him out there. He joins his academy, white belt, in 6 months gets a blue belt. And he's like blasting on social media. I'm like, what the fuck? And this is like, I'm so white belt. So that shit really fucked me up because I was like, what the fuck? And he goes, yeah, look, I made all the credits. And I'm like, credits?
Like, what?
What the fuck is that? He goes, yeah, if you check a certain amount, and then you have
That's how
to.
Gracie Baja does it, bro.
Is it?
I think so. I'm not
It is
sure.
with a Gracie,
But
I don't know which
they have
one
a
it
check-in
is.
system, and then like but I don't know that they could promote just because like you hit a certain time limit.
Yeah, he hit a certain check marks, and then you got to take a written exam. Which is fucking yeah. So I don't know how that works. So it's like, well, what?
Nah.
Because then that way it'd be fucking everybody.
Dog, I just want to. If you think that I'm good, here you go, bro. I don't even need the stripes, bro. I don't even like the stripes personally for me, and I'm just a damn blue belt. I don't even know what I'm saying.
That's the good thing I like about the
But I just
AOJ. There's no stripes.
Yeah, no, and in most of these the good places, in my opinion, like I think they make you compete. Like you have to compete to show me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they just go, boom, here's your belt. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a big event. It's like a big time. And then you kind of like, I need that, bro. It was like the Marine Corps,
Well,
like
I think it's evolved a lot. I think it's
evolved
evolved a lot as well because it's such a, like I look at jiu-jitsu from 2006 when I started to now, big difference, huge. Like 2006 was very Brazilian owned. If you weren't even Brazilian, I felt like you didn't get love. Because where I was at, I wasn't Brazilian, and you could kind of tell. Like there was a couple of us, and my boy.
You might be able to get away with it a little bit, huh?
Huh?
Maybe get away with it with a little bit, like,
No, dude, it was very it was
I'm from Rio, dog. I'm from Rio.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It was. I remember like there's this Filipino dude that was really good, and dude, he would tap out everybody, and every time he would roll with some of these guys, I could hear that they were like giving more insight to the other guy versus this guy, but this guy would still fuck him up.
Oh shit.
So it was kind of shit like that where they were very like, kind of like, our circle, right? And very ruthless too, bro. Because when I was doing MMA and I was training no-gi there, like I wouldn't get all the good shit. Like they wouldn't teach me. Like they'd be like, oh, okay, just focus on this. I'm like, well, dude, like I'm already doing that, and I beat that last guy like this. Can I do something else? Like, what if I get caught on this? Oh yeah, you'll get to that. But then all these other guys that were new, they were probably Brazilian, all this shit, like, oh yeah, I like this. And they would even offer like meal plan, like nutrition, the gym access. I didn't get none of that. Like it was like, oh, you want gym access? That's extra. Oh, you want this? That's extra. And I'm like, fuck. Okay. Yeah. Like it was very like that. Which was also discouraging, bro. I won't lie. That's pretty one of the reasons why I was like, fuck it. Like I took that gig to like leave. I think we went to 29 pounds. So I was like, I'll just go. Cause it's like, bro, I'm paying all this money, and it's kind of like, and the first fight I did, nobody showed up.
What?
Yeah. So I was literally there by myself, and it was this one guy, some white dude showed up. He's like, bro, I got you. He was a Marine. Because I had my Marine 223 shirt on.
Oh, nice.
And he goes, oh, I got you. He's all like, where's your team at? I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, he goes, fuck, dude. He goes, all right, like, look, clearly this guy looks like he has some training under his belt. And yeah, he shot at me, took a double leg. And at that time, my jiu-jitsu wasn't that great. All I knew was McMap. So he was like, oh, look, just
McMap, dude.
Yeah.
They should get rid of that, bro.
So,
I mean, unless you're like a black belt, then maybe it works. But
no, dude. I mean, some things I guess you could apply, but in reality, bro, it's like, I mean, it'll get you by for somebody that truly does not know nothing about fighting. But once you start dealing with even a white belt, bro, you probably get your ass whooped. Yeah. And this guy double-legged me. I fell against the cage, and I didn't know anything about weathering double unders or anything, so I just hold on to the guy. And the guy literally picked me up and he slammed me. And when he slammed me, that's the only thing that saved me because it opened up my guard, but I was able to get a leg. And I kind of picked up the leg and he slipped, but then I didn't know what to do. I mean, nowadays, I'm like, fuck yeah, I would have gone straight to fucking side control, so on and so forth. But then I grabbed his leg and I just got back up again. And then he took me down again. So it was a lot of that. Like, I couldn't even get a shot on this guy. He was so fucking fast. I'm pretty sure he was a wrestler because the way he would shoot, bro, was just so fucking fast. Like, it was insane. And I'm like, how come nobody taught me this? So I remember the next day or when I went back to training, I said, like, I mean, nobody showed up. First of all, thank you. But I'm like, dude, this guy kept on shooting on me. Like, what do I got to do? And the guy was just like, oh, you got to sprawl. Just go over there and like work his sprawl moves and, you'll be fine. I'm like, the fuck? Like, that's it? So yeah, dude. So the whole day it was me just figuring out what a sprawl was and kind of like seeing some other guys back go, is that how you do it? And kind of like figuring out like, okay. And I was like, all right. And then I went on the second one and I got armbar pretty bad. And I went back the next time. I'm like, yo, like I got armbar. Like,
yeah, how do I defend that?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Like,
he goes,
pull your arm back.
And I remember this. I said, I said, how did you lose? I said, he took my arm. I didn't know what an arm bar was. I said something like, he took my arm and he got me like on an arm lock. And he goes, oh, then just don't get caught on that. I'm like,
oh, thank you. Duly noted.
yeah. So, dude, it was very, but then if somebody else new came and they were Brazilian, oh, bro, 100%. They're like, oh, do this and the mute plan and, that. And I was just like, fuck, too. So it was it was frustrating. But I enjoyed it, bro. But at the same at that time, I was crazy JP, bro. I mean, I didn't care. Like,
what's crazy is like you were doing that when you were drinking too.
Yeah, I was drinking.
That's so hard, bro. Dude, I remember like going into jiu-jitsu after a full night of drinking. Bro, that's how I hurt my collar, man. Like my neck area, I still have this burning sensation going down my from my neck down through my shoulder blade. Mm-hmm. Long story short, I was in a match at one of the Jean-Jacques seminars. He has a seminar for Christmas. It's like a donation thing where you come and you bring like toys and stuff like that. And it's like a charity thing. And it usually turns out to be pretty big. It's at the studio in Studio City. Long story short, I was in there. I was with some Asian guy. First match as a white belt, whatever, competition. I get in there, I'm dominating this dude. And the night before I'd been drinking all night. I just went out or whatever. Long story short, I got, tapped eventually because I ran out of gas and whatever. And long story short, I got up and something happened with my arm. And I don't know what happened, but it was just burning, dude. It was burning so bad I couldn't even turn my neck. And then they were like, oh, let's put some Tiger Balm on it. And I remember Jean-Jacques was calling in and he was like, hey, you need to come back. I got another guy for you, because there was 3 people. So, and I was like, dude, fuck that. I ain't going. And he's like, nah, Jean-Jacques says you have to come back. It's Jean-Jacques, bro. I was like, dude, I don't care if it's Jesus, bro. I ain't coming back. My arm is destroyed and my shoulder and I can't feel my neck. I can't even turn right now. Dude, the next day I woke up, I was so stiff, bro. I couldn't even turn my neck left or right. It was so bad, bro. I thought I ripped like all the muscles. I ended up just pulling the muscles out really well. And I ended up just hurting my neck a little bit. I have a bulging disc in my neck, but what are you gonna do?
Dude. Yeah, it's crazy, but jiu-jitsu is it's cool, bro. I love it now. My kids tried it. Camila wants to do it again, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that because that shit starts getting expensive,
bro. When you have
so
multiple kids, it's like $200 a pop. Some places I don't even know what you pay, but
it's $300 here.
Ooh, yeah, this is Irvine, right?
Well, it's Orange County and it's the Mendes brothers, so they charge you a lot because world champions, so they're like. But it's very competitive, dude. I think that's
your school looks sick. I've seen the
they're very competitive and a lot of champions there. So, but that's also what I like that you're training with. Even at the blue belt level, dude, there's world champions, and you're like, fuck, I get my ass kicked all the time by those guys, and they're only like 17, 18. And I'm like, fuck, dude. There's this kid called JP. It's funny. His brother goes to school with John. He wrestles in the wrestling team. And dude, this kid's a 2-division ADC world champion.
Damn.
And his mindset, mentality, he's younger, by the way. He's not even a 9th grader, or I think he's an 8th grader. Bro, just discipline.
Savage.
Homeschool, lives in the gym, trains every fucking day. Like, this dude takes down grown men. Bro, this is how good he is. He's only an orange belt. I don't know the structure. What's after orange? I don't know. Like green?
I think you're right. Green,
and then you go to blue. I think, I don't know. Our kids' system is different. But bro, they bring because everybody goes to the 6 a.m. class because that's where Tano Dopra that trains. He's the world champion black belt right now. And so a lot of people from around the world come for the 6 a.m. class and the 7. The 7 is the competition class. Very fucking hard. I do that like once in a while just for a workout because it's fucking brutal.
Oh, the 7 a.m. class?
Yeah, 7 a.m. is competition.
How many classes do they have? So 6, 7?
6 a.m. is fundamentals. 7 a.m. is competition only. So you have to be competing. But a lot of people do it just for the workout because it's intense. Like you're going back to back against people, and at the same time they'll do specific training. Then they'll add something else. Then back to back again, five rounds. Like nonstop, and you're not allowed to get water.
That's how you get good, man. It's just to roll over and over again.
Oh, dude!
Like I don't care what people they'll be. Oh, I want to teach you 2 instructional. It's like, nah, dude, just let me roll. Like sometimes I just want to roll, man.
Well, yeah, but you got to remember that everything's specific to your game, and correct. And I think that at that point, if you're like, for example, I mean, I still haven't figured out my game. Because
our games are probably like completely different, even though we're like the same size.
You know what I'm saying? Well, what I feel that's working for me a lot is just pressure passing. Because of my weight, and it works. Where I get caught up is everything when I'm in the bottom because of my sciatica. So I cannot really go full right.
It's hard for you to like.
Yeah, I can't extend
I see what
fully.
you're saying.
So it's kind of like my weak point, and I've been getting worked on for that, but it is what it is. And everybody tells me, well, you're just gonna have to now adapt to that, right? But competition class, that's what it's at. So they'll have you like start standing, like you say you do your 5 rounds, and whether you tap or whatever, you go back at it, then they'll say stop. Now they'll say, okay, now you're on side control and you already have the arm. Now go from there, 5 rounds. And then
that.
bam, and then now switch. Now he's in your back already. He took your back already, and he has the collar. Start. So it's like, dude, but back to back. So you're just, and that's 3 rounds. Then after that, you switch. Another person comes in, but you're doing something else on the outside while now they're going. And then they'll bring somebody else a different size, and then now you go with that. So it's like a round robin 3 times, but every time you're doing something. It's fucking insane, dude. Like, I mean, the first time I did, I was throwing up. I was like, holy shit. But you see these black belts, these kids like the blue belt champions, the purple belt champion, brown belt, black, bro. I don't know how they do it. It's like nonstop fucking energy, just fucking going and going and going. And I'm just like, fuck. But that's why that's cool. It's so good. Like, because they develop kids from the low age to the top. So all these black belts are champions. They started it when they were like 6, 7 years old. And bro, I'm talking about athleticism, like next fucking level, bro.
Well, that TRT stuff that I'm on, man, that seems to help a little bit too.
Bro,
you know?
that's what gives me the extra edge, bro.
It took me back 20 years, bro.
It's funny because I do the 6 p.m. class, and they call it the hobbyist class, but you get a lot of the bigger guys there because there's not too many big guys at AOJ. A lot of them are, I would say, maybe medium heavy and below. So like 195 and under, but 195 like lean, not, and very flexible, very fast. So to find actual like big guys, very hard. So 6 p.m. we have a few. And of course, before I was on T, a lot of these guys would just smash me, bro, because I was like, fuck, Now it's like I'm kind of smashing these guys. I'm more agile. Like if I get tapped, I'm like back up and they're already like, whoa, bro, like shit, I need a break. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. And they're like, whoa, what the fuck are you on? So it's more of that. And so that's what kind of gives me the extra edge because the gas tank is filled up more versus they're already like, holy shit. And one of them, this guy's really good. And we're always going at it. And dude, it was the first time he's a brown belt that I finally like took him down and actually hold him on side control. And he's very big and he easily like maneuvers me. But this time I hold him down and I was just like, my goal is just not to get moved from here. So I'm just like holding him. I'm gonna just fucking stay here. If I could do this for the next 3 minutes, I'm cool. And dude, I got it. And he's like, holy shit. He goes, that pressure was really good. He goes, what the fuck? And he goes, and you're dropping so much weight. And I'm like, I know. He goes, it's that T. He goes, I knew it. He goes, everybody here has been saying, dude, if you roll with JP now, it's a whole different fucking animal. Like, all different. He must be on something. And it's like everybody was making bets on what you were on. And I was like, yeah, dude, it's T. I go, I'm fucking.
And that stuff's helped me, dude, with my stress, bro.
Dude,
and I already thought like I had like, because like when you're constantly dealing with problems and issues, especially like when you're doing business, you know how it is. Like you get used to it. You get used to putting out fires all day long, right? But then, like, once you get on that tee, bro, it's like a little cherry on top, man. It's like, you don't need the cherry, bro, but it makes the whole dessert so much better, bro. You know what I mean? It's like that little additive. And, dude, like, even, like, recovering-wise, like, sleep-wise, bro, I feel so better. So much better.
You got to try VP 157. I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's a peptide. It's
what I've heard about the peptides.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
I think Bedros is
Joe Rogan talks about it. It's called the Wolverine cocktail. So it's a VPC.
It's like a one-shot thing, or you have to take it every.
And by the way, this is not a solicit.
Yeah. I didn't know you were sponsoring, bro.
It's not a solicit. You do you on your own. This is not advice. We're not medicals. But dude, VPC 157 and TB 400, bro. Insane. It's a peptide, but it helps for recovery. It's all recovery. And when I was going to the VA, my knees, what they were doing is they were injecting cortisone and some other shit.
I know, it shit doesn't work for me.
Bro, and for me, I was like...
For my back and my knees, bro.
Dude, I was like, I feel like it hurts more. It's like, oh, it's normal. It's going to cause inflammation, but inflammation is going to counter the pain. And I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Like everywhere I read, inflammation is the opposite. Like, why would you inject something that's going to make me more inflamed? So I couldn't walk. Dude, coming down the stairs, I would walk sideways holding on to everything. Once this doctor, and shout out to Everwell, Mark, Once they got me on VPC 157 and TV 400, bro, like literally after 4 months, dude, going down the stairs, much better. Going up the stairs, much better. Movement, better. Recovery, better. Sleep, better. Gut, better, because it's also for gut health. Way better. So you mix that now with your tea that you're taking, bro.
You get that once a month?
No, you inject it. The VP 157 is every night through your stomach or wherever the location that you need it. So I was injecting straight to my knees.
See, I got stem cell for like my back and knees.
Stem cell's good too, bro.
It is. It's expensive as shit. It was
Yeah,
like
that's the
5 G's
problem.
for the lower. Oh, it was so expensive.
Yeah.
Dog. But that worked for about a year, but then I ended up having to go back, you know, but
Yeah, you should give it a shot. I think it will work. And it's a natural thing. Your body not naturally does release that. So
need a little boost every now and then.
yeah, but it does. It's for recovery. It's a lot better. And then tea, bro, I needed that because for me it was like just the tiredness, the lack of just kind of motivation on that aspect, the clarity. You know, dude, my strength was going down. Dude, I'm back to lifting 3 plates like nothing. So
I think that's how I got my hernias. I just kind of like, I was like, boop, boop, boop. And I was like, wow. You know, I started.
Are you wearing a belt?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I was just doing like flat bench. I always put my leg. I got short legs, you know, so I just put them on the bench, man. And I feel like I get a better workout when I'm like pushing up, you know, with my legs on the bench. It's like, and then I find I need to, you know, get up real quick. So I'm spotting myself. I'll just put my legs down. Something like an old school thing I kind of been doing, you know. But yeah, man, it's amazing stuff, bro. I feel a lot better. I had like a higher, like, you know, you got to watch your blood though. You know, you got to make sure. I think as long as you don't abuse it, it's okay. That's my personal opinion. But
yeah, you constantly have to be checking.
Dude, honestly, like I waited almost 2 years to get on it. I've known about it for over 2 years, and I've literally waited. I've talked to plenty of people, and not just people like, you know, everyone that's on it wants you to be on it too. You know, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, thanks for your information. But then I studied it. I studied articles on it. I talked to people that were against it and what their opinions were against it. And it's just the same thing. Like everyone's just the people that are against it are just like, oh yeah, that stuff's garbage because it causes blood clots and heart issues. And it's like, okay, well, what causes blood clots? Well, if you're certain like numbers or whatever are within a certain range or like you're exceeding it, then that's when you have trouble. And so, you know, it's just as long as you're not between those numbers and you're monitoring your blood, I think it's okay. I think if it's a low dosage.
Well, everything is good as long as you're not abusing it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That I mean,
everything.
You know, and obviously I go to a milk clinic, so it's being monitored. You know, it's like all
correct. Yeah.
You know, blood work, and they check everything, and you know they're consulting you and all this stuff. But I was against it for the longest because I thought it was just steroids. I was like, oh fuck that.
Me too.
I was like, I don't want to do that because I mean, I fucked around with that in the Marine Corps. I was doing Winstrol, fucking Animal, and best fucking shape I ever was at 175 fucking solid. But dude, the bullshit that comes after that, especially when you get off cycle, not worth it.
Well, people that have steroids actually stack testosterone. So you have to have testosterone first as the base, and then you take steroids. And honestly, the seal of the deal was with my uncle. My uncle's in the 60s, late 60s, and he's like, I was like, yeah, man, I've been thinking about this thing. What do you know about that? And he's like, what do you mean, what do I know about it? I've been on it for 25 years. I was
What?
like, holy shit, bro.
25 years?
Like 25 years? I didn't even think this stuff existed back then, bro. And he's like, nah. He's like, I've been on it for 25 years. Yeah. He's like, I take 0.8. And I was like, oh, you're a 0.8. Okay. And he's like, yeah, man. And he looks great, bro, for his age. He's got like a fit body, you know, like good structure. He works out, you know. Looks super healthy, man. And I was like, wow, man, really? 25 years, huh? He's like, yeah, man. You know, he's like, sometime in my 40s, man, I just started feeling like shit, man. And I was like, really? He's like, dude, I just felt like shit, bro. It's the best thing I could tell you.
Yeah.
You know, struggling with my life, my health, my marriage, everything, you know. And then I got on this stuff and I felt a lot better, man. I just monitor my blood and that's it, you know.
0.8, what does that mean? Like point?
It's like the milliliters on like the injection.
Oh, so they give
So
the
some people are,
injections.
yeah, they usually start people between like 5 and 6.6. And then depending on like your body structure and your metabolism, they have to monitor it. And then they check your levels. They check you at your high and your low. So it's or your peak and your low. So for me, like I injected this morning. So then my peak would be tomorrow.
So you do every week?
Every week. Every Wednesday in the morning.
No, but are you like 200 milligrams or?
I don't know what the milligrams is. I know
that's
it's
what they
just
gave
0.8
me.
or whatever.
I just know it's 200, and then they give me the injections already.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just know that I have to fill the thing up to point. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So they give you the whole vital, and then
yeah. So I get it in the mail, and I get like a little vial, and then I used to do it in person, but I found out that was just more of like I had to get there, and then I'd always miss my appointment because I didn't take it serious. You know, like not that I wouldn't get there on time, but. And then they were like, you know what, you're always busy. Why don't you just get the home stuff? And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I can take this. Yeah, cool. So
yeah, that's kind of how it works. So
it was hard at first. I'm not gonna lie. It was like kind of like I was like struggling with you have to get the the little bubble out or whatever. But.
yeah, see, I didn't want to fuck with none of that. So I was doing the going there first, and they'll eject me. But then again, I was like, dude, this is inconvenient, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I got shit to do. And
I was afraid to inject myself. I was terrified of it, bro.
oh, that's easy for me. So I was like, I'll do that. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah. So no problem now. But at the beginning, it was.
yeah, I was just like, I didn't want to be driving over there. It's just crazy, and it's not too far. It's only like 15 minutes from me. But just the convenience of having to go there. So I was like, can you guys just set them up for me? So I get the 4 injections already in the syringe, everything, and then they give you the package of the pills you got to take for your estrogen. Is it
Estrogen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that the estrogen blocker. Yeah, some people have that. I haven't gotten that yet. There's one issue I have where one of my levels constantly goes above 18. They don't like that number. It's like your hemoglobin, I think it's called. It's where your blood cells, your red blood cells get too many. Like there's too many. And so they asked me, and they're like, you just got to donate blood. So I did that, and then that fixed it. And I've been on fish oil and magnesium. So magnesium is something that a lot of these doctors, I follow a doctor, I can't think of his name. It's Dr. I think it's long name. Something Anthony D'Antonio. I don't know. I can't pronounce it.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? He's got like 1 million followers. Anyways, he talks about magnesium, how it's so important. So I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. Because I was having, as soon as I started TRT, I was having like pains in my calves and my legs. Like real tight, bro.
Yeah.
I could almost do the splits. And I literally didn't know why. And so he's like, yeah. And he was talking about how like, pains in your legs and stuff. A lot of it has to do with the magnesium level in your body. I started just taking one little pill a day, man.
I take a powder drink that also has electrolytes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So what I do is I'll have that 1 gallon water, and I just throw a scoop of that in there, and it includes the magnesium, electrolytes, all that, and then just because I used to have the same problem. I'd be in jiu-jitsu, and then I know where I'll like do a move and then cramp somewhere, and it was after I started doing TRT.
Dude, and this is salt, right? And that same doctor, I'm talking about, he always posts the little memes where he talks about like magnesium,
salt water
and stuff, salt water, yeah, how important salt is. And I changed that. That changed my life too. And I've been checking my blood pressure. Everything seems to be fine. It's just a lot of water. I drink a ton of water, man.
That's good, man. Yeah, well, dude, you're always fucking drinking water. I see that. Dude, good stuff, man. Well, dude, tell me about your business real quick, and then
yeah, we have a business, attention detail moving. We do moving and stuff like that. Been doing that for years. But just recently, like I was saying, we got into pack outs and stuff like that, and start getting into restoration. So
you guys
have a
gonna
thing
stop
called
doing
Service Master Restoration by A2D. That's our new.
Are you gonna stop doing the attention to detail? Or?
No. Okay. Still love that. I mean, that's my bread and butter. That's my baby. Military inspired movers. Move a lot of military. Move anybody, anywhere, local, long distance. Biggest thing is I'm starting this podcast at 45 on the hour. So look out for me on there. If anyone's watching,
Nice.
I'll try to be as cool as JP.
When's the podcast coming out? And
we don't have an exact launch date. I was shooting for like May or June. Got hung up on some other things with it. Just getting set up. It's a lot more than I actually anticipated on. So got all the stuff. I'm posting some daily updates on it right now. So hopefully going to get our first one knocked out. I was shooting for somewhere after I get back from my school in May or June.
Okay, is there like a Instagram for it yet, or
yeah, just 45 on the hour.
Okay,
number 45 on the hour.
Cool, man. Good stuff. Well, guys, Colt Curtis here. Appreciate you coming on, man. I know it's
been an honor.
It's a drive, a good conversation. Everything from military traumas to TRT, jiu-jitsu, and drinking. So good stuff, man. Appreciate you coming, brother. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. And guys, remember, subscribe, listen below, share, and let's keep fucking attacking. Let's go.